A new area for us is to incorporate some of the expertise, the skills, methodologies that we've built for listening to patients and shoppers, and use that to listen to employees. So rather than create a shopper experience or a customer experience, we can chart an employee experience. What it's like to work for your company, what it's like to exist in this workplace. And it's exactly the same process and principles, but applied to a different world. And the reason why we're excited about it is because, of course, it's often those employees who will end up delivering the customer experience down the line. So there's a more kind of holistic synergy here that sort of knits together. It makes sense to capture the views of the people that will be delivering the very experiences that your customers will ultimately receive. One of the things we've learned from working in the employee engagement space is employees are very keen to describe what it's like to work for a company. Traditionally, employers have run annual surveys that sort of track a bunch of questions. What did we ask last year? Have we improved this year? What we found is, alongside some standard questions that do give you an element of sort of comparison, ask lots of open questions. Questions that we would use from our world of qualitative research to give people a chance to really talk about, in their own language, in their own time, what really makes a difference. We did a piece of work last year where, in asking those questions, we had something like 8,000 comments back. That's a lot of analysis work for us, one by one, coding, interpreting, redesigning what they're trying to say, bringing it together and feed it back to the client. But that detail, that's where the magic really sits. If you want to create changes that resonate and engage your workplace, you've got to be willing to listen to that kind of detail. The great thing about it is, of course, that what I will say about big data is that capturing that and coding that in a database lets you cut and slice and dice that insight in lots of different ways. Perhaps ways that when you first started out on that project, you had no interest in trying to find that out. But 6 months down the line, you're able to use that small database in a way you hadn't imagined. So the value of these kinds of research and engagement are multiple. You just don't always know what the value is going to be at the beginning.